We made it to the coffee shop, you guys.
AKA our office.
Our office. Hey guys, we're just getting all set up. Josh actually has a meeting like first thing on Monday morning, so we always have to hurry and get here and get set up so we can jump on.
Yeah.
Alright you guys, so today we are talking about setting ourselves up to be successful as developers, whether you're freelancing, remote, or just kind of basically in general. And this can be applied across basically any sort of vertical profession.
Yes.
Do you want to take it away?
Well, I just think there's this saying I'm trying to think about from Denzel Washington. What it is essentially along the lines of a goal is not a dream is just an idea or a hope until it's set into a goal. Is that how you say that? You know what
It's something like that. He actually gave a commencement speech on it. If I can find it, I will link it for you guys in the description. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
But essentially, yeah, you need to have goals in order to really know if you've made any progress.
Yes. And then hold yourself accountable, right? When you say, I'm going to do this thing and you don't do it, then you actually have a mark and period in time that holds you accountable. When you keep things inside your head, you don't verbalize them, you don't put action to them or any sort of deadline or anything like that. It's really just, it's not concrete. There's nothing to measure. And being able to measure it and actually gauge the success of whatever you set out to do, because your goals might change, but you need that thing to gauge it. Whether you were successful, whether you accomplished it, or whether you even just made progress on it.
You need it mentally, because I actually know when I don't have my stuff written down in some form, whether it's handwritten or I have my notes or my Trello, because I swap back and forth from what I used. I notice that if I don't actually do it, I feel like down on myself because I actually don't know what I did that day. Instead of being able to go back and look, even if it's like 3 things, I still feel like I made an impact.
Yeah.
Little things, you guys. Goals. Moving outside.
So beautiful outside right now, like ridiculously beautiful. Yeah.
All right, we have a question for you guys and for ourselves.
Yes.
On the topic of setting goals, do you think you should set, people do like 2-year, 3-year, 5-year, 10-year, maybe even 30-year goals? Do you guys think that is a good thing or a bad thing?
How long do you think it should be out before it really becomes irrelevant?
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are this, is that I barely know what's happening next year, let alone this year. So it's very hard for me. Goals are more far out goals, whether they're years, any number of years really, is more of an aspiration than a hard goal.
Literally, that was the exact word that was in my head.
Yep, it's just a North Star, something that's motivating to me primarily. And it's honestly, a lot of times, it's a little bit long-term goals or a North Star, something I'm aspiring to, but I'm almost anticipating them on changing. So it's more motivational, aspirational than a hard set goal.
Yeah, a goal usually has objectives in order to reach it.
Do your best if you there's a
Which
goal
maybe
you
is a
want
horrible example. But
I mean, just an example. The thing that's going to make those long-term goals more realistic is like, if you do have something at the moment, you're like, that's what I want in 3 years, then actually make sure it's not only the 3-year goal, it's also you're putting in weekly or monthly goals to work towards that. But it's okay if it changes, you know what I mean? As long as you're making progress.
100%.
That's at least a way to make a long-term goal more actionable, is by actually breaking it down into monthly, weekly, or daily.
And he's like king of checklists. I think I've said this in probably 100 videos, but he always has things written down, and that's something that, you know, motivates me to write things down, and it really helps. And I need to get better at it. I do it, then I don't do it. So
yeah, I have to get real quick about why checklists are so important to me.
I do love checklists. I use them all the time. And you'd be like, oh my gosh, that's so diligent and that's awesome and you're always writing out your goals. I'll be honest, a lot of the reason why I use checklists is because I forget a lot of stuff. Like, if I don't write it down, I'll completely forget it. And so checklists I'm also obsessed with because sometimes, and Brandy can attest to this, something will come up and I'll need to do it and I'll be thinking about something totally different and it's just in one ear and out the other. So unless I write it down, I don't even remember to do it.
I appreciate the realness there. All right, we are packing up and I have a quick appointment to go to, and then we are heading home to have lunch and work. Guys, we are home making our wraps. Josh is on the wrap train now.
As usual, yes. The bread was not sitting well with me. So,
Wraps it is.
wraps it is.
All right, you guys. Time to eat.
The goal is for me to eat all of this right now.
Hold on, let me show you. He has a little piece of candy.
Piece of candy for desserts.
2 wraps. Go. 10 seconds. 1, 2. Just kidding.
Barely even get it.
Random lunch tidbit. So we love mayonnaise. Do you guys like mayo or Miracle Whip? And Josh just thought of something. Is there a healthy alternative to mayonnaise besides like the fat-free, gross kind? Because we put a ridiculous amount on our sandwich.
Probably like eliminates the whole fact of eating them.
Probably makes them actually maybe unhealthy. But something that is healthy that Josh and I love is this brand called Enlightened. Oh, boo. Anyways, they make ice cream and they actually just came out with ice cream bars, and these things are freaking amazing. Well, their ice cream in general is really, really good for a healthy alternative. Like, it just tastes like ice cream, and it's so much better for you.
So good.
Such wise words from such a wise man. So another aspect of setting goals is to have motivation and stuff around you. And I know I've talked about this before, but I kind of just wanted to point it out to you in case you guys are new here or whatevs. So I have this big board right here, and it says hustle, the only controllable pillar of success, whether or not you believe that or not. And then I have pictures of our wedding. Look how cute we were. And it was only a year ago. And then I have this cute little poster, Coffee and Code. This JavaScript, this was made by Wes Boss. And then I love this, always make new mistakes. And then I have an old school calendar because I love the visual. But essentially, when you are going freelance or you are becoming a remote developer, designer, whatever in the world of being remote and kind of off on your own, I think it's super important to not only set goals, but be around things that are aspirational. So one of the things that I'm actually going to start putting up here, since like this is my new little area, is I want to put up like a house and another picture of my family, because those are things that I work for, like I work towards, and those are really motivating things. Like I already have this stuff up here that's motivating and like my little sayings, but it's also those like pictures of things that like, or maybe you're working for a new car, or maybe you are working for financial freedom, or whatever it is. I think it's so important to actually put those visually up by you, so just in case you need that like extra push, you can just like quickly look and it's right there in eyesight. But anyways, I'm not actually working up here today. I'm working outside. So I'm gonna go back outside, but I want to show you guys that. See, we're back outside, or I'm back outside.
Literally been working outside for the last 4 or 5 days.
You guys, it's so perfect here. In Florida, it gets grossly hot. So when we can be outside and working, it's really nice.
Yeah, for
No
like
complaints.
4 or 5 months out of the year, you can't really be outside here. It's just too hot. It's humid. It's super humid. It's horrible.
But the majority of the year, you can be. Because I know Florida gets this horrible rap for whatever.
I think so. We heard
love
some
it.
show call it the steamy butthole of America
Yeah.
or something.
We love it, and we hope to bring you guys with on like more adventures around the city that we live in.
Yeah.
But anyway, for today, we hope that some of these things can kind of help you guys gear up for, you know, working remote and being successful in, you know, pretty much any area.
Yeah, really anything. It's an important topic, something you want to master, and everybody's going to be a little bit different, so ultimately just kind of iterate and find what works for you.
Yep, because that's basically what I do every single day. But we hope you guys like this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel below. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.